You slammed that petrol price increases, petrol, diesel, paraffin. You're saying that it's adversely affecting some of your members, the workers. Just give us one or two, how is it affecting your members?
Well, it's a combination of blows that workers have been taking throughout this year. It started with the 1st of April, VAT increase, fuel levy increase, introduction of the sugar tax, increases in the sin taxes by between 6 and 10%. And that led to immediately some taxi associations across the country to say, we're going to have to pass this over to the consumers, meaning that the workers suddenly paid more for petrol in the taxis and for taxi fares and all of that. And you know, workers spend 60% of their income on transport and food. And the issue of food is so directly linked, food prices so directly linked to the petrol increases. And once you tinker there, immediately your food prices will go up. Now, we took another beating in July, just a few weeks ago, when there was this record-breaking increases of 82 cents a litre for petrol, 85 for diesel, 1 rand 9 cents for paraffin, and 1 rand 13 cents for gas. And now, again, as if that is not enough, we're taking another 26 cents a litre. I mean, we've reached the end of the road with these petrol increases, and then everybody's beginning to make a fundamental question. How it comes that we pay so much more for petrol than our neighbors who get their gas and their petrol from South Africa, Botswana, Swaziland, and Lesotho, and everybody have now drilled into the fuel levies.
Why do you
ask a question?
Why do you think we pay more?
We're paying more because we're paying almost 30% of every litre into a fuel levy that carries a very corrupt, inefficient, wasteful road accident fund, and which hires a chair for 1,600 rands, as we have just learned. And that's why we are now drilling into that problem to say to the government, but hold on, can we work to ensure that the road accident fund in particular is efficient and doesn't waste our resources and deals with its own internal problems of proper investment in the infrastructure and its levels of efficiencies are improved so that the people who get into accident don't have to wait for years and years. And it must stop being basically a feeding scheme for clever lawyers who take advantage of the fact that people have to wait for so long for their claims and then come in and take a lion's share of what should accrue to the people who have to go through terrible accidents in our highly unsafe roads out there.
Now, Mr.
So
Vavi,
we think that that's where the problem is.
What do you say?
We've got to talk about the fuel levies.
What do you say to the argument also stands that there are external factors as well, that we are reliant on the price of fuel, the price of crude around the world, that there's almost nothing we can do about that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. There's absolutely nothing we can do with this absolutely unreasonable and domination of the oil prices by that oligarchy that controls the prices. There's nothing we can do about the weakening of our currency at times when the USA increases or decreases these rates of interest rates. And there's nothing we can do about all of the external forces. But there's something we can do about the fact that even with that, the people of Botswana, the people of Swaziland, and the people of Lesotho are enjoying far more lesser prices than we do, precisely because ours is wasted through the road accident fund.
Now, do you, as Saftu, do you have any types of programs internally that you know that because of the price increases or there's increase, we spoke about the increases across the board, transport and so forth. Are there any programs within Saftu itself that maybe teach some of your members on how maybe to make a saving here and there, how to actually negate some of these?
We're making general statements, not having detailed programs in terms of what we should do. We've made general calls to workers to say it's tough. I mean, it is very tough. Hold on into your job. That's absolutely critical. Cut relook at your budget and cut and to the bone where it is necessary to cut, and it's unavoidable. Let's look at the facts in South Africa. The wages in South Africa have been successfully suppressed. 1991 was a moment where the share of wages in the national income was around 57%. It's now down to way below 50%. The bosses have succeeded to increase their power at the collective bargaining, using in the main the fact that there are so many people who are unemployed, and therefore the people who are employed are so desperately holding on to their jobs. And this unfortunately have meant that we're seeing more inequalities, particularly income inequalities. And that's why the CEOs of this country have been taking highs and rocket high increases, while successfully putting the wages of workers at the bottom.
On that